Imagine a world where the map of the United States, as we know it, changes forever. What if I told you that the very fabric of this nation could unravel, piece by piece, state by state? Today, we embark on a journey to explore a shocking possibility. Could these 10 states actually leave the USA? What would that mean for the country, for its people, and for the world? Buckle up, because this is not just a travel documentary. It's a journey into the heart of a nation's identity, its history, and its future. Let's start here, in the Lone Star State, Texas. Known for its fierce independence, Texas has a unique history. It was once its own republic before joining the United States in 1845. But did you know that the Texas Constitution includes a clause that allows for the possibility of dividing into 5 smaller states? While secession is a far-fetched idea, the spirit of independence runs deep here. Texans are proud of their heritage, and the idea of self-governance is woven into their identity. But could Texas really go it alone? Economically, it's a powerhouse, with a GDP larger than many countries. In fact, if Texas were a country, its GDP of over $2 trillion would make it the 8th largest economy in the world, surpassing Canada and South Korea. But politically and socially, the ties to the Union are strong, though not unbreakable. The state's population of nearly 30 million is diverse, with significant urban centers like Houston, Dallas, and Austin driving innovation and culture. Yet the question remains, could Texas sustain its independence in a globalized world? Now, let's travel north to Alaska, the largest and most remote state in the Union. Alaska's vast wilderness and sparse population make it a unique case. It's rich in natural resources, oil, gas, and minerals, that could theoretically sustain an independent nation. Alaska's oil industry alone accounts for over 80% of the state's revenue, and its Prudhoe Bay is one of the largest oil fields in North America. But here's the catch. Alaska relies heavily on federal funding for infrastructure and services. The state's extreme climate and isolation make independence a daunting prospect. With a population of just over 730,000, Alaska would be one of the least populous nations in the world. Yet, the idea of self-sufficiency has always been part of Alaska's ethos. Could the last frontier become the newest nation on Earth? It's a tantalizing thought, but one fraught with challenges. Next, we head to California, the most populous state in the nation and the 5th largest economy in the world. If California were a country, it would rival some of the world's most powerful nations. With a GDP of over $3.6 trillion, California's economy is larger than that of the United Kingdom and India. But with great power comes great complexity. California is a land of contrasts. Tech billionaires in Silicon Valley, Hollywood glamour, and vast agricultural heartlands. The state produces over 13% of the nation's agricultural output, including almonds, grapes, and dairy. The state has long been a leader in progressive policies, often at odds with the federal government. The idea of Calexit, California's secession, has been floated more than once. But could it really happen? The economic and logistical hurdles are immense, but the dream of independence persists in the hearts of some Californians. With a population of nearly 40 million, California would be the 36th most populous country in the world, just behind Poland. But could it maintain its economic dominance without the support of the Union? Now, let's delve into the heart of the South, South Carolina. This state has a history of challenge, having been the first to secede from the Union in 1860, leading to the Civil War. Today, the idea of secession is more symbolic than practical, but states' rights sentiment remains strong. South Carolina's economy is diverse, with thriving industries in manufacturing, agriculture, and tourism. The state's GDP is about $249 billion, with major contributions from industries like aerospace, automotive, and chemicals. Charleston is one of the busiest ports in the country, handling more than $60 billion in goods annually. But can South Carolina survive on its own? The scars of the past remind us that secession is not a path to be taken lightly. Still, the question remains, can the Palmetto State think again? In separation? Ah, Louisiana, the land of jazz, Creole cuisine, and a culture unlike any other. This state has a unique identity, shaped by French, Spanish, and African influences. Louisiana's economy is heavily tied to the oil and gas industry, and its port in New Orleans is one of the busiest in the world. The state's GDP is around $252 billion, with significant contributions from energy, agriculture, and tourism. Louisiana is the largest producer of crude oil in the lower 48 states, and its petrochemical industry is a major driver of the economy. But could Louisiana stand alone? The state faces significant challenges, from poverty to environmental issues like coastal erosion. Yet, the spirit of independence is alive here, as it is in many southern states. The question is, would the people of Louisiana trade the security of the Union for the freedom of self-rule? Now, let's head to the Northeast, to Vermont, a state known for its progressive politics and strong sense of community. Vermont is small in size but big in ideas. It was once an independent republic before joining the Union in 1791. Today, some Vermonters still dream of reclaiming that independence. The state's economy is based on agriculture, tourism, and small-scale manufacturing. Vermont's GDP is around $35 billion, with significant contributions from industries like dairy farming, maple syrup production, and craft brewing. The state's population is just over 640,000, making it one of the least populous states in the nation. While the idea of secession is more of a grassroots movement here, it raises an interesting question. Could a state like Vermont, with its strong local identity, thrive as an independent nation? Next, we travel to Montana, the Big Sky country. This state is known for its wide-open spaces, natural beauty, and a fiercely independent spirit. Montana's economy is driven by agriculture, mining, and tourism. The state's GDP is around $55 billion, with significant contributions from industries like coal mining, cattle ranching, and tourism. Montana is the largest producer of talc in the nation and has significant reserves of coal, gold, and silver. The idea of secession is often discussed in the context of states' rights and limited government. But could Montana survive on its own? The state's small population and remote location present challenges, but the dream of independence is alive in the hearts of many Montanans. Now, let's turn our attention to New York, the Empire State. New York City alone is a global financial hub, and the state's economy is one of the largest in the world. With a GDP of over $1.7 trillion, New York's economy is larger than that of countries like South Korea and Russia. The state's diverse population and complex economy make the idea of secession both intriguing and improbable. Yet, the idea has been floated, particularly in the context of political disagreements with the federal government. The question remains, could New York, with all its power and influence, truly go it alone? The state's population of over 20 million is highly diverse, with significant contributions from industries like finance, media, and technology. But could it maintain its global dominance without the support of the Union? Next, we head to Arizona, a state known for its stunning desert landscapes and booming economy. Arizona's population has been growing rapidly, driven by its warm climate and business-friendly policies. The state's GDP is around $375 billion, with strong sectors in technology, healthcare, and tourism. Arizona is home to major companies like Intel and Honeywell, and its semiconductor industry is a key driver of the economy. But could Arizona survive as an independent nation? The state's reliance on federal funding for infrastructure and water management presents significant challenges. Yet the idea of secession is often discussed in the context of states' rights and limited government. Finally, we arrive in Oregon, a state known for its progressive politics and stunning natural beauty. Oregon's economy is driven by technology, agriculture, and forestry. The state's GDP is around $270 billion, with significant contributions from industries like software development, timber, and wine production. Oregon is home to major companies like Nike and Intel, and its tech industry is a key driver of the economy. The state has a strong sense of identity, and the idea of secession has been floated by some residents. But could Oregon survive as an independent nation? The state's small population and reliance on federal funding present challenges, but the dream of independence persists. So, could these 10 states really leave the USA? The answer is complex, layered with history, economics, and the unbreakable bonds of a shared identity. While the idea of secession may seem shocking, it forces us to confront the very essence of what it means to be a nation. As we conclude our journey, one thing is clear. The United States is more than just a collection of states. It's a tapestry of cultures, histories, and dreams, woven together by the threads of unity. And while the map may change, the spirit of this great nation will endure.